What's Cooking program, nationwide, coast to coast, CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. That's Paul Stearns. You know, Paul, it's just a wonderful time to go to the Sonoma County area and enjoy some of the great wines that was there. And let me say this. This event they have, which is the Taste of Sonoma, it's part of the Sonoma County Wine Weekend. We were talking about it, broadcasting from it. You heard it on the show yesterday. It took place on Saturday over the weekend. It's part of the big 4-day event that includes kickoff reception. It includes lunches and dinners, another taste, a dinner, and then the big auction, and then a day of rest. It actually can go 5 days if you want it to go that way over Labor Day weekend. Check it out at SonomaCountryWineWeekend.org. But you go around these tents, and there's great people there like famed Clay Morrison in the Dry Creek tent with his rock pile. You know, there's a whole new, it has been an appellation for rock pile. There's a new organization of rock pile growers, and they're having a big taste in San Francisco come tomorrow. They're going to be tasting some of the wines, and it's fun to watch the people go around there and really get into learning about wines and tasting.
Indeed, that does sound like quite an opportunity. I love that rock pile area. That's a place where they produce some very fine wine.
You know, and you can go around and taste and sample, and you must, because there's so many wines there. It's a good idea to taste and spit, and a lot of people don't do that, so you got to sort of pick and choose the wines that you're going to sample, and of course the food is there. I mean, Chris Hanna was there from the Hanna Winery. She has a new cookbook. She's going to be on our show, I think, this week or next week. And she was actually then not only pouring her own wines, but then she had a whole table set up where they were putting Angus beef and lamb to the test and pairing it with some of the great wines that they produced, the Cabernet Sauvignon from Hanna and some of the other purveyors up there, and it was just delightful.
Indeed. A lot of people do like to go to the wine country and actually purchase their wines directly from the winery. The reason why I bring that up, Mike, is because I got another one of those Groupon deals that involves, I guess, a company that sells wine that they claim that they're giving you a discount, basically $75 worth of wine for $25.
Well, I think that we decided that was. You got a bottle of wine or something in there, and you got your tasting and everything. And
I've never heard of some of the labels that have been offered here.
Which label is this?
There it is, one called Monarch Glen.
Is that in the Malibu Canyon area?
I don't believe so. And then there's another called Glass Ridge.
Glass Ridge, you got to be careful. You walk around there, you can break things.
Stop it.
Monarch Glen. I was in Monarch Glen one time and attacked by a bunch of these little mothy type insects over there where someone called them butterflies.
I mean, I don't know if the savvy wine buyer is necessarily interested in getting kind of a mixed bag of somebody else's choice. Apparently, some guy named John, his favorites.
Well, I have to tell you, too, the John?
John.
Is it say John? Is that they make?
Doesn't even mention if he has a sommelier.
Does he work for the Groupon company?
He does. He works for actually a company that's advertising with Groupon.
It's me. It's John, and I'm telling you, if it's a discount and you got it at half price, as far as I'm concerned, they could send in colored water. It's delicious.
No, maybe you've heard of the company. It's called Wine Insiders.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Paul. Monarch Glen. Glass Ridge.
A 67.
It's very good. 67, maybe 68, maybe 71%.
No, it's a 67% discount.
It's me. It's my insiders. I used to work for one of them Hollywood people, but I couldn't get any of the facts right.
The ultimate testing, though, is, of course, if Eric Hines from What's Cooking Today, if he actually buys into the Groupon deal, then you know it's got to have some value to it.
He's
a tough customer.
It's tough, and you got to watch people when they go around and taste. I was watching this one lovely lady going around tasting in Sonoma County area, and you know how you can take a little sip of the wine and then there's a dump bucket there?
Oh, sure.
Well, this one person, I love to observe, apparently a little, too much to taste, and dumped out. They got very involved in tasting maybe 4 or 5 different varietals. And this is the first time I've ever seen this, actually, in all my years of wine tasting. Actually dumped the wine into the water wash bin.
Oh,
and
my.
And they were clear, clear plastic. You could see the water in there.
That's awful.
And they poured it right in there, and then all of a sudden turned red. And it was quite embarrassing because then you've got someone's backwash. in the water. And I saw one gentleman go up after me and said, "Can I have a little bit of that rosé in a pitcher? I like a rosé rinse, please."
On a hot day, I've actually seen people use that the glass rinse water as actual water to sort of plenish some of the water they've lost in the heat.
The bodily fluids.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, there was it was kind of a rosé rinse,
Little
and it was it was all done in the very fun and good shape. And I think the lady was quite embarrassed. She went and actually rinsed it out and refilled up the water
That's
bottles.
very nice.
Let's
That's very
see.
nice. That's
Then
very
then she went and laid down in the shade,
Wow.
took a nap.
Oh boy.
I'll tell you, some good tasting over there going on. That's the first time I saw that one. I've tasted a few dump buckets in my day, but that's a whole other
Hey,
story.
let's class it up a touch. We got Garen Staglin coming up here
Coming
shortly.
up, ladies and gentlemen, stay with us on CRN, the great Garen Staglin coming up.
Help, I've fallen, and I can't